Okay, here we go. So we're gonna get this fired off. We're gonna jump to a modern league. Or I guess we can, we lost way too many of those. Let's just jump into a modern league. Let's see how it goes. Constructed, modern league. Here we go. We got, here's the list. We can talk about it in between rounds. We can talk about it in the sideboard, but here it is for those that are curious. Feel free to pause it, and here we go. The die roll. It's a good start. This hand's fine. Got 2 lands. We don't have any red mana, but we could find red mana or a creature, which both sounds fine. So we'll keep this. It's not terribly exciting, but I think this hand can pull enough weight against enough decks that it's a keeper. This is where you're really glad that these are 3 1-mana spells and not 3 pitch spells. A spot just like this. Otherwise, this would probably be a mulligan. But now we just have a hand of just pure gasoline. This forest is awkward, but we could find a 3rd land or a threat off this, and then we're chilling. What's our opponent doing? Around 6 cards, okay. Okay, well, let's cast this. Let's just see what we can find. Okay, well, this is not a... It's not the 3rd land we wanted. I don't see us winning the game taking the Botanical Sanctum, so we'll just take Snapcaster Mage. Pass. We cast the Once Upon a Time there in case we found a Delver or a red source that like altered what we did, because we could lead fetch land pass. Yeah, this is gonna be very challenging considering our hand. We did not keep a lot of relevant cards. This matchup. Okay, that's a pretty good top deck. We get to go Hex Drinker, then we'll pass, and then if they try to bolt it, we can Spell Pierce. Let's pop this out. There we go. Search for Temur coming down next turn. There we go. Lightning Bolt. See, look, just as anticipated. Spell Pierce that. If a Valakut in play. We're in an alright position. It's not stupendous. 3rd line would be great because we could level the Hex Drinker. But now, I think we can go to combat. So now we have 2 lines. We can either hold up Pearson's Snare, which sounds alright. That's probably what I'm going to do and level the Hex Drinker. Like, this is very conservative, because unless we find a blue source off the Serum Missions, we're going to be very, very sad. So it's just past the turn. They get Search for Tomorrow to go off. Can't really do much about that. We can Spell Pierce it. But I think we're going to let it resolve. I mean, like, Spell Pierce, force them to pay too, of course. But, if we can nab a Sikura Tribe Elder, that'd be very, very beneficial. Hello, hello, and welcome to the stream. Okay. they can proceed with their main phase. Let's see what they got. But yeah, like, secure dry builders, what we're scared of. But, like, we can have a colony hard expedition and stuff too with the spell snare. Field of the Dead. Match 1, game 1. You got it. Look at that. Bam. Now we do want a third mana source so we can hold up Spell Pierce next turn. Although it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna jam level this guy. So they could have another bolt in their hand. But I think we're just leveling him. Well, yeah, we're just gonna, because it's the difference between like an entire turn on the clock. If they were still at a different life total, then we could attack, hold up Spell Pierce for a bolt. But they've already used one, and this kills them in 4 turns. If we don't kill our opponent, then we're not going to win the game. This matchup's very, very punishing. Like, we pretty much just breathe incorrectly, and then they kill us. I'd kill for a Mana Leak off the top to counter a Titan. But we're kind of cold to Escape Shift. What is this? Is this a Acid Moss? Yikes. Yeah, that resolves. They run out 1 of Acid Moss in the main, which is a great thing to Spell Pierce, but I mean, leveling Hexstring is just kind of a necessary evil for us there. Now their Landscape Shift is lethal. Titan is also very scary. So we just begin combat. Just see what happens. Yeah, I mean, like, we didn't draw the Mana Leak and got super punished for that, but like, punished by their freaking Acid Moss, but it's fine. Like, if we don't level Hexstring there, but there's no way we win the game, you know? But like now, if they don't have anything, then we get to flash in Snapcaster Mage on a turn, and then crash at them for 6, and then kill them with Burst Lightning. Like, do they have the Escape Shift? I don't know. Doesn't look like they have anything. And that means that we just get to kill them. That's just how Magic goes. They either have the I win button, or they don't. So we get to play Snapcaster, target Spell Pierce. Just an arbitrary target. Okay, on top. Draw for turn. Begin combat. And then now they're forcing us to have it. And that's game. And we go into game 2. And that's why it's important to always just play it out. And that's why tight play is always just super, super great. Okay, let's see what we have here. I think keep in mind if we did hold up Spell Pierce that turn, then I mean, first of all, it's not worth playing around the 1 of Acid Moss. Like, they were just getting too much mana. So I really do not like Spell Pierce in this matchup. I think it can be reasonable to stop like Anger of the Gods and stuff, but generally it's really slow. However, we don't really have anything to bring in. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in 1 Disdainful Stroke, cut 1 Spell Pierce. I mean, we could get Burst Lightning too, honestly. Like, I'm fine with cutting 1 Burst Lightning or 1 Spell Pierce. Like, either or, something like that. Seems fine. But I think I might like Burst Lightning a little bit more, because they run stuff like Tireless Tracker in the sideboard. So we're just going to try it like this. Titan Shift is just not a deck that... I mean, like, you already know how much I dislike big mana decks and playing against them in Modern. This hand is exactly what we want, minus the extra lands, so we're going to be keeping. Like, we just go Delver into counters, and that's how we're going to win this. Like, if they have the Bolt, it's kind of annoying, but we can just draw into more creatures. But, I don't know. Like, the thing is their deck does like to keep linear hands, so all I think we're still gonna play the Delver turn 1. There's a world where we go fetch pass, hold up Pierce for their play, and then play Delver turn 2 with Pierce backup, theoretically, but we're piercing their play anyways, then I don't know what it's doing, you know? Yeah, like they go Farseek, we could have pierced that if we held it up. But, again, we're only winning this game if we kill our opponent. Like, they're going to hit 7 lands, no matter what we do. We can't counter all their spells. We can't counter the land drops at all. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, let's draw it. Let's play a land, go to combat, smack 3, pass the turn. I hate lands, and I hate Teferi. Lands are fine for casting your spells, but I feel that it's just not a fun card to play against. In Modern, it's a lot less obnoxious, but Standard just does not have the speed to deal with cards. Okay, and then if they anger us now, then we get the Spell Pierce. They Mana Leak, we're kind of annoyed. Okay, so they go Steve. So we're actually going to go to 15, because the difference between 18 and 15 is very minimal. And then this gives us perfect mana. And we just get to Mana Leak Steve. This is fine. I'm going to be a little aggressive here with the Mana Leak on the Steve, just because this way, because jumping from 6 to 7 lands, or 5 to 7 lands, is a lot harder than it is to jump from 5 to 7. So there's possible that we can screw them over here. It's not super likely, but you take like all the small percentage chances. Okay, here I sort of want to just scour, but I think we're just passing. Because, like, if we scour and hit a Hooting Minstrels, we're still not casting it this turn. So we're probably going to go fetch Island, scour ourselves. Yeah, that's the plan. Because, like, we don't have enough mana to scour Mandrills and hold up D-Stroke, so it's just not worth it. Or, like, scour plus any creature. Yeah, we're just going to scour off this mana source. We're just going to keep the Rainforest up. Okay. That's good. Okay, let's just untap. Draw for turn. Okay, go to combat. Opponent has 6 mana. Hit him for 3. Put him to 8. No. Bolt. Okay, so we can snag Delver. That puts us at 2/3 mana, right? Then we can replay mana, replay Delver, hold up Stroke. Or we could not do that and then hold up. And then just play Hex Drinker. Because we need to hold up Stroke no matter what, right? So we have 4 total mana. This costs 1 if we wanted to use it. Replay Threat is 2. But, like, holding up, like, keeping the snag doesn't really do us a lot of good. So I think we just snag our Delver. Yeah, it's close, but I think if they have another removal spell, this plays around it really nicely. But the other issue is that they're very close to just Valakut, like, eating us alive, so... Lightning Bolt fizzles. 11. Just gonna go Delver pass here. Okay, our opponent goes to 10. I mean, that doesn't mean a whole lot. I mean, it depends on like when this Delver flips too. So they've got 5 mountains, so I think, yeah, so every other mountain is actually just going to be a lightning bolt, which is extremely irritating. Like, we're probably going to be going to game 3. Which, of course, does not feel good. What's this? Titan? I mean, they just tap all their mana because they need to, because they get to float it. They have Veil of Sunrise. It's actually game here, but the game's effectively over because they just have infinite lightning bolts off the top. Yeah, okay. It's fine. We're gonna go to the next game. Reevaluating. I don't think we have anything. If we did have Enchantment Hate, then maybe nagging a Colony Heart Expedition or something would be alright. But we're just gonna run it back. We get to be on the play this game. We've got plenty of reach. Right. I mean, we could have also played Hexdrinker and held up Pierce plus Stroke, which is like an alright line, I guess. I don't know. I think the game is just over no matter what we did. I thought our line was fine though. Spell Pierce plus Zoo Hand. And we're on the play. I think this hand's fine. I mean, there's definitely like a chance we lose with this hand, but I mean, you're gonna lose some games of Magic, and you just have to like deal with it. If we draw into more counter Magic, this hand's pure gasoline. Okay, so let's just play a Delver. Pass the turn. Yeah, no, this hand's fine. And they go tap land. This is super good for us. If Delver flips, this game's probably ours. Okay, Delver doesn't flip. Draw for turn. Okay, let's go Hexdrinker. Gonna get a combat. Swing for 1. Normally you play him second main, but they're tapped out, so we're just trying to speed through our turn, because this way we just get to the auto pass. It's a time-saving thing, not an actual, like, play decision, if that makes sense. Just gonna hold up this Pierce. We get to Pierce a Farseek or something, which feels really good. Search for Temur Suspend. Oh, this is kind of annoying. Because our Spell Pierce is just, like, not doing anything. This is, of course, why we decided one of them out. Okay, Serum Visions. Okay, let's draw that. Go to combat. Okay, so we're gonna Fetch Shock. Get a Steam Vents. So we don't screw up our Serum Vision Scribe. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna Serum Visions and then hold up the red mana. Again, we really just need a counter spell. I mean, Bolt. What does this do? We could Burst Lightning them, end of turn. Assuming they don't do anything, that puts them to 12. Or we could just play a Snapcaster Mage. Let's just assume we play a Snapcaster end of their turn. At 7, they're dead in 2 turns anyways. Like, this doesn't change the clock. It's going to the bottom. Yes. Yeah, but it's always good to, like, assess if it does change the clock. Because if it does, then that's a very important factor. Like, whether or not you want it. Because if we can kill them a turn earlier, like, we're on the play, we should have leveled this Hex Drinker once. But I kind of wanted to play the Snapcaster too. I don't know. It depends on what they play. Now that they have Sakura Tribe Elder, I think our line was fine. Yeah, I'm fine with this. No level Hex Trigger. I was right. My gut instinct was definitely right to just not level it. Okay. Let's just play Snapcaster. We're not getting too much value out of it anyways, so we're just gonna try to kill him dead. Yeah, Serum Visions. Gotcha. Untap. Counterspell. Nope. Combat. Yeah, no, I'm feeling fine about our position right now. The only thing we're quote-unquote scared of is Anger of the Gods, but we have Spell Pierce for that, which is why we're not leveling this Hex Drinker right now. We're gonna probably Serum Visions off the Botanical Sanctum, see what we find, and then level him once. So we're gonna go Serum Visions first. See, Mana Leak. Perfect. Get out of here. And then we get to go level. And then we get to play Line for turn. Level. He does survive Anger, but I mean they have Search for Tomorrow coming down next turn, so they have 5 mana to play through the Anger anyways. Yeah, I think that means we do have to level on. That's a good call. And then they're just dead to Hex Drinker beat, plus land off the top to kick Burst Lightning. Okay. Search for Tumbara. Here we go. Yeah, Anger's literally the only thing we're scared about here, because otherwise they're just dead. Dude, this matchup's way too intense. Hey, what's up, Jack? How are you? Okay, they've got Steve. If this is it, then that's really good for us. Because that means that they don't have Anger, because otherwise they would have gone Anger and then played Steve. Yeah, so they're just dead. Assuming this is all they have. If they go Anger now, then I'm just wildly confused. They've got Bolt. Okay. Yeah, resolves. Okay, well, let's see what we top deck. This is a little awkward. Vapor Snag is lethal because we get to snag their Sakura Tribe Scout. It's worth noting that Bolt is not lethal because we do not have 2 red sources because of Basic Forest. Yeah, no, they stack in response and then we hit them for 6 and then we Burst Lightning them. We just force them to stack pre-combat before they block. Yeah. It's like, it's fairly unintuitive. It's like, normally you'd think that way, but then, okay. Our opponent's doing a lot of thinking. I have no idea what they have. No. Okay, oh yeah, no, we already knew we had Mana Leak off the top. Who am I kidding? Okay, so... Okay, well, let's go to combat. Then we put them to 5. And we level Hex Drinker once. And then we get to hold up Spell Pierce and Mana Leak. And then we're threatening to level Hex Drinker to level 8 next turn, which is lethal, so this seems fine. I think we're in a pretty reasonable position, because even if they go land Scape Shift, then we can Mana Leak Spell Pierce it, unless they have Veil of Summer again, which would just be dumb. And then, of course, if they have Titan, then Mana Leak Spell Pierce, we can even Spell Pierce the Veil of Summer. And then crash back in with the Hex Drinker that's unblockable. Protection from everything really do be like that sometimes. Our opponents just played so many spells this game, and we've just played nothing. Just like leveled this Hex Drinker with all our mana. We've just been sitting with all of these amazing cards in our hand. Okay. I mean, we're most scared of Scape Shift and Veil of Summer here. Like, there's no situation we really win the game if they have that. If they Scape Shift with 6 lands, then we're in a really good position though. If they play pretty much anything, it's getting Mana Leaked. Okay. They only have 6 lands. What do they do with Scape Shift and 6 lands? Okay, well, let's Spell Pierce this and make them... No, wait, no, that doesn't do it. No, this isn't lethal. This doesn't do anything. Wait, okay, we're gonna let this resolve. This doesn't even, like, do anything with Field of the Dead. I don't know what they're doing. I think they want me to counter this. I think they have, like, Flame Slash for Hex Drinker or something. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was just a desperation move, yeah. I don't know, maybe they probably had nothing, and they're just like, yeah, I didn't have the 7th land, here's the Scape Shift, is my opponent going to concede? Okay. Quality game. I mean, like, that's not a bad line, you know? Just, like, see if your opponent concedes. I was just trying to figure out what was happening, that's all. Next match. See how it goes. Okay, we're 1-0. We're actually gonna just win everything this time, because we're not playing pitch spells. Look at this masterpiece. Another 3/1 mana spell hand. Remember, these would all be pitch spells. Imagine how disgusting that would be if all 3 of these were pitch spells. Let's keep it. I mean, like, against Hogak, that's just bonkers. Okay. We're in the drop. That's fine. Now we're playing the Misty Rainforest Breeding Pool Mirror. I mean, you know, the usual, right? Freaking Gilded Goose. The Oko curve. Welcome to Standard, ladies and gentlemen. They actually play Oko turn 2. We're kind of in a rough spot. I wouldn't mind a Bolt. So with that in mind, I think we just Rainforest pass so we can spell Pierce Oko. Okay, so I officially do not know what our opponent is playing. Just in case anybody just and now they played Stoker, Swamp and Mishra's Bubble. Got it, Chief. You got it. We get to play Thought Scour at the end of their turn. It's like a proactive play too, which is great. That's why this is like such a solid hand. It's 4-color Warside with Gilded Goose. Gilded Goose. Dude, it's a turn 2 Urza. What do you mean? Worth noting, Force Negation cannot counter this, so we're not losing anything here. I mean, do we just concede and go to game 2? Like, we've already seen enough of their deck, right? They've seen nothing of ours. We're not winning this game, okay? We're physically just not able to win this game. They played a turn 2 Ursa. Okay, so they're playing black, so we could bring in Veil of Summer if we wanted to. So, what else does Urza play? So I'm assuming this is just like a Planeswalker variant. And I guess we don't know what their win condition is. Like, if it's outcome, then we would feel pretty silly not bringing in Damping Spheres. But I think it's safe to assume that they're just playing the Thopter Sword combo. Yeah, no, just Stanful Stroke's fine. A Braiding Grudge are fine. I'm just trying to like figure out what they're playing. Like, D-Sphere is either great or bad. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think the War variant's a lot better too, if anybody's keeping track. So we actually like all of our small creature removal here because Emery exists. Spell Pierce and Spell Snare. So Snare's fine because it hits Goblin Engineer. And Pierce is alright too, because it taxes War. Snag is fine. Yeah, the issue is that cuts are just kind of rough. I mean, I think we could realistically cut Burst Lightning because we're bringing in a Braid, and it functions as creature removal too. And then we could just trim 2 Serum Visions. Because then we're just like pure action, and I don't like tapping my mana for Serum Visions anyways. Because we have to hold up counter magic all the time. And we didn't bring in anything expensive from the sideboard. Okay, so we got a 2-line hand Spell Snare. We have no Lightning Bolt for their Gilded Goose. I never thought I was going to say that sentence. So I think we're going to keep this. I think this hand's proactive enough. It has interaction. Okay, so let's go to the main phase. Let's cast Once Upon a Time. I mean, I'm just interested in the second line. I'm interested in not losing the game on the spot. Let's play the Delver. Pass the turn. Always love leading on Delver. Delver is just... it's the fastest threat, and then if they do have removal, then our Hex Drinker, we just get to play that. And our opponent probably didn't sideboard at all, because they don't know where we're playing. We literally played Misty Rainforest to pass the turn. Like, we held up Spell Pierce and Stream Title Police. I see how it is, Jack. I don't know. I'll figure out how to update it later. Mox Opal. Yep. At least this doesn't look like a turn 2 Urza hand, which is good for us. No. I mean, I think we're just drawing that. I don't think we're thought scouring it away. I think we're just playing Hex Drinker. Should have played that second main. They actually, well, I guess they don't have mana, but whatever. This is my first defense. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, it's not worth my time. Wait, what's the stream title even? Is it like Potato Delver quality? Like Arkhiv's Astrolabe. Yeah, that one's for selling. They're fetching. MTGO Modern Gauntlet. Dude, this is a gauntlet of Modern. I'll have you know. Is this... Oh! Is this a spell snare target? Yeah. Dude, side me up. My day has been made. Did I misspell Gauntlet? Gauntlet. That would be a very me thing. What is this? Serum Visions? Sign me up.
Oh, what the hell? Wait, why does this fight look so stupid?
Let's go to combat. Hit him for 5. Okay. So now we have to sequence our cantrips. So I think we scour ourselves first. And then just see what we find. And I think yeah, we'll just see what we find. This could be another blue-green. Yeah. Okay, so we didn't find a bolt. So I think we just passed the turn with 2 scours up. We could also level Hex Drinker once. Which I'm not opposed to. Yeah, spelling is not our strong suit. We came here to play Modern, not to spell Gwantlet. Oh no, not a Mox Opal. Okay. It's that freaking Simian Spirit Guide of many colors. Okay, now we dig for Spell Snare. Do we dig for Spell Snare with this land, right? Whatever, no, it's fine. Spell Snare. Find me a Spell Snare. Oh, close. Fate close. Oh, you know what? You know what we need? We needed Scavenging Ooze to interact with the Sword of the Mate combo. That's what we needed from the sideboard. Grafdigger's Cage. I mean, I don't think I care, right? Okay. Okay, let's go... I say that because, like, I was thinking about fetching another green source, and I realized that Scavenging Ooze isn't in our 75 cards. So let's get another red source. And let's target ourselves with a Thought Scour. Mill them? No, that gives some more targets off the Goblin Engineer. Okay, well, let's fetch, get an island, Serum Visions, and then we need to just find a bolt. We have so many bolt effects in our deck. And we let the Grafdigger's Cage resolve. I mean, we don't have a bolt effect in our graveyard. But we get to blow up their combo next turn. Okay, let's see if they block the Hex Drinker. Okay, we're just gonna flash this in Ambush Viper style. I can't believe they had the intuition to bring in Grafdigger's Cage, though. That's interesting. It's like not what I expected at all. Okay, we have double Spell Pierce, but that doesn't do a whole lot because they're going to engineer sack an Astrolabe probably, bring back Thopter Foundry, sack another Astrolabe, bring back Sword of the Meek. Yep. We can win through this. They can only make four dudes. I mean, 4 dudes isn't fun to beat, but it's beatable. Okay, now we just play the Snapcaster Mage. Because he's not doing anything else. Remember, I can't cast spells off the Snapcaster because of Grafdigger's Cage. So we're just gonna untap. Draw, get our Braid. And then I think we just pass the turn and then a Braid in response to their fetch, and then they get 1 less creature. No. What? No, that upbraiding the Thopter and then swinging means that sorry, upbraiding the Thopter and swinging means that they get 2 more Thopters and then they can just block our 2 Pikers. And then we only get 3 damage through, but they made 3 more power. Yeah. I mean, we're just in an awful position no matter how you slice it, because what they can do now is they can just bring it back again, and then, like, the cycle's just gonna keep continuing. Yeah. No, that's fine. Like, we just need an answer for this Goblin Engineer, too, because it's just gonna bring it back again. It's so annoying. This deck's just so frustrating to play against. I mean, we're taking him. Okay, we're gonna play this out. There's a chance that we can maybe pull something off if we can kill Engineer. No, because they're gaining 6 life a turn, so like we can't race that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Okay, so now what we do. Okay, so we can wait for a removal spell as well to couple with this Grudge, because remember this Grudge is only one use. Yep, Flashback doesn't work. So I think we have to wait for a removal spell so that we can kill the Engineer and the Thopter Foundry on the same turn cycle. So we're going to play this game out. But we're going to play it slowly. So we're going to keep their life total in check with the Sex Drinker. And we're going to pass the turn. Yeah, that's how we lose. I'm not interested in losing, but I've sort of accepted that that's probably what's going to happen. So that's whoops. What did I just click? Okay. Now we're on always yield to this. So now our opponent's pretty fast at this too. Okay. Urza. Nice. Okay. That was a fun one. Just kidding. Round 3. I can't believe our opponent played Gilded Goose into turn 2 Urza. I did not find that very amusing. Okay, won the die roll. Yes, let's resize this. 2-lander, Bolt Snag, Snare. We'll keep it. I'm gonna get punished one of these days. Run Spawn of Time's not going to be a land, but not today. Okay. Well, no, it's like I have a deck that starts with more lands, you know? Okay, the odds of us actually needing to spell Snare or Lightning Bolt something are rather low. But Serum Visions, I think Serum Visions is fine here. Finds us a threat, but we could also just wait to see what they're playing, and then get both of the fetches out of our hand for next turn. Still hold up Snare. I think that's fine. No. Look, because what we do is next turn we go Serum Visions, and then we hold up all of our spells. So we like don't lose any efficiency, but we know what to search for. You can make the argument that we always search for a land, but you could also make the argument that they're playing Warsaw, and then they play it. Why? Dude, why does the world have to be like this? I know some people just like refuse to accept this deck as an issue, but it's just not fun to play against. Okay. Let's get our Steam Hits. No. Okay, now I just want to pass it Once Upon a Time up. Because that can actually find us a creature. What are the odds that they play a 2-drop we care about? I mean, I guess that's pretty high, right? So like Serum Visions now lets us hold up. I think that sounds fine. I think we'll go with Serum Visions here. So we go Serum Visions, and then lets us find Scour, Autumn, Island. Island's like sort of alright, right? I think it's just less exciting than a Mana Leak, and like we might just find another land anyways. Like we don't need the 3 lands to win. That's the thing. 3 lands is just nice. I'd like 3 lands, but you don't always get what you want. You kind of just need to Darksteel Citadel. Do Ursulus even run Darksteel Citadel? No, 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 no. We're not playing against Urza. We're playing against some jank. I mean, 2-mana draw 2 is pretty good. Thoughtcast. What are we playing against? I kind of want to just bolt them, but another part of me just really doesn't. Because if we draw a land, that means that we can snap bolt next turn, and that's like a nice aggressive play. We already have like a second bolt in our hand, so I think I'm fine with that. Oh my god, dude, rewarded. Go. Yep, okay, so they now know the top card of our library. And we have no idea what they're doing. I mean, I guess they don't really know what we're doing. We've cast Once Upon a Time, Serum Visions, and Lightning Bolt, which aren't exactly like a natural combination. Okay. Never didn't have. I mean, we don't know what they have, though. Like, I'm going to assume they're on Urza. Of course, he had the land on top. I don't know. I mean, I don't need the second Lightning Bolt, anyways. And I mean, I did a risk analysis, and I don't think the chances of our opponent running a lot of important creatures that are boltable, if you're running Thoughtcast, Arkham's Astrolabe, and Mishra's Bauble in the deck, I think they're just very low. So I don't think we need the Lightning Bolt, you know? See? Like, this man isn't boltable. I think we're snap bolting them, and then we're going to snag the top Psy on our turn. Yeah. Yikes. Oh, are they on Paradoxical Urza with like a 1-of Thoughtcast? Now I don't know what to do. Now I don't know if I should snag him so that they can't get more side triggers. Because the Delver into Lightning Bolt plan's looking a lot worse. Okay, let's snag him. And if we draw a red source, we can Bolt Snap Bolt. And then we just get to Once Upon a Time at the end of this turn. Yeah. Now, whenever I pause for an extended period of time, I usually know what I'm going to do, but I just, like, need to process what happens if I do that, and if I can possibly get punished for doing that. So, land lets us actually have a clean answer for Psy, or a quote-unquote clean answer, because we can Bolt, Snap, Bolt the Psy, which feels alright. Alternatively, we can grab Hex Drinker, which just seems mediocre, but we do need a threat. We could take the Hex Drinker and then just hope for a land. But I think we're better off just taking the land and then being able to Bolt Snap Bolt. Yeah, we're gonna... doesn't feel good, but I think this is going to be our best way of winning the game. Okay, and then we just pass the turn. Okay, Psy resolves. Okay, now we get to Bolt Snap Bolt on. fetch, shock, you. They have 2 Thopters in play. Like, I mean, of course it doesn't feel good, but I think this is going to be our best avenue of just winning the game, is to not have Sai stick around. And then, like, top deck a Mandrills, and then just, like, roll them over. Draw Mandrills, love life. I mean, it's possible. Mandrills looks really good against their board. They also have 6 cards in hand. Because Arkham's Astrolabe is a dumb card. Like, they're getting triggers and just, like, staying at 7 cards in hand. It's disgusting. Ladies and gentlemen, the master himself. Okay, let's play the land, and then we'll just play the Mandrills and then hold up the fetch. So we'll go get rid of the lands, and then we'll get rid of Once Upon a Time. There we go. I mean, for the record, I did call it. I said that if we did draw the Mandrills, it would be pretty freaking rad. Oh, that's good. That's definitely a feels good moment. Now we're just gonna get Ursa and die. Yep. Okay. Well, lads, it was a good run. Why? It really do be like that sometimes, though. And Sai? Dude, what do you mean? I mean, now they have Tormod script, and now you just feel awful about life. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Oh my god. Okay, we're bringing in the side package. I don't think this one is playing. I think this is a paradoxical outcome deck. But honestly, though, I don't know. Static Caster's good at keeping the tokens down. Veil of Summer, like, maybe a little bit of consideration, but it's just not good enough. Graph Digger's Cage does stop Urza activation, but I don't think it's worth running. So what is not worth running out of all these cards? So I don't think they're running Emery, because this is the outcome deck. So, other cards like Spell Snare just doesn't really do enough. I feel like no. Let's open up Google Chrome. Do that. Okay. Let's close all of these. Physics homework. Nope. Not doing that anymore. Okay, let's go. How much time do we have left? 1:30. Sweet. Okay, so paradoxical outcome Urza. So let's see. So this, how old is this article? Is it super old? Let's look up MTG Goldfish. We have 1:14. We're doing all right. some jank tap on that. Yikes. Well, you know what? I'm not sure how good Spell Snare is. I think we're cutting them. I think it's better to just be safe rather than sorry. Spell or Vapor Snag's fine. I think we just cut. Spell Pierce also seems alright. Maybe 1 Thought Scour, 2 Serum Visions. I don't know. I need to work on sideboarding with the current iteration of the deck. Let's play for sure. Yeah, dude, look at this. Look at this 2-lander we have here. It's 2 because the second Once Upon a Time does not count as a land. Keep, and then we have Spell Pierce and a turn 2 Mantrals. Let's go. Once upon a time, Eric did not like Urza and big mana decks, but they appeared everywhere in modern. And so he traveled across the land to find something fair. Bum, bum, bum. He cast it without paying his mana cost. Is that ironic? No, I swear. I can't take the Damping Sphere, but I can take a Waterlock Grove. Bam! And we'll slam it, yo. Then I will pass the turn. It's your go. Hold up Spell Pierce, but probably just going to Scour. Dude. We'll do some karaoke later. I actually have no idea like how good the mic quality is with singing. Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, they're definitely unparadoxical. Spell Pierce. We get Spell Pierce Opal. Because then that's 2 cards in my graveyard, 5 cards in my graveyard, and then cast Once Upon a Time. I'm fine with that. Okay. I'm gonna mill it. Yikes. That's every single copy of Once Upon a Time. Well, that's not what we wanted. In case anybody was curious. Let's draw for turn. Okay, let's cast the Serum Visions. Bottom the Hexdrinker, top the Mana Leak. What? What's happening? Speak to me. Yeah, no, we drew all the cards this turn. I doubt they play anything relevant this turn. Yeah. Pass the turn like the coward they are. Draw a Mana Leak. Slam them for 4. I mean, Red Mana would be great. But look, we get to hold up Once Upon a Time in Mana Leak. This is worst case scenario for Once Upon a Time, and it's not even bad. Speaking of bad, get that garbage out of here. Pokemon! Gotta Spell Pierce them all. Dude, imagine if our opponent wasn't playing with a ton of Cheerios. Dude, imagine if we were playing Rug Delver and not blue-green. Yep, that'd be how it do. Really. I mean, we get the Mana Leak their Urza if they play it on curve, which is pretty gas. Or we could even Vapor Snag it. Like, Once Upon a Time, find a red source, Vapor Snag your Urza. they left with a 1/1. Doesn't seem good. I think we just Mana Leak it if we see it. But I mean, like, second Urza, he can get Vapor Snagged. We feeling pretty good about ourselves. If they play anything remotely scary, we snag it. But, like, Psy isn't scary. We could just... Or, we leak it. But Psy we can just snag. Okay, they're preparing for paradoxical outcome then. You can tell they're preparing for EOT outcome because otherwise they'd hold these in hand for cards like Sekili. So that means we're not casting Once Upon a Time because then they just get to draw a lot of cards. So we're just going to kill them in 3 turns. It's actually a pretty genius plan. I designed it myself. Okay. Just cut bolt for Mongoose. Dude, that's some next level stuff. And then outcome. Oh, Stifle. I'm just kidding. We're not that good at the game. Yeah. Da 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 da. Dude, stomping? That's where it's at. Sorry, opponent gonna do. They're gonna cower in fear of our superior magic cards. No, you don't need that stuff. Outcome again? Yeah. I mean, like, they resolve the outcome, but they don't get to untap all their cards if we draw a bolt or something. We're fetching down to 15, by the way, in case anybody's curious. We're casting Once Upon a Time. Literally just missed up. Okay, great. Once Upon a Time. I mean, we only have 1 take, so... We're gonna commence combat. A wombat. We could just play second mandrills, right? Second mandrills. Let's go second mandrills and then we'll hold up a braid. No, imagine if we could find Calcite Snapper off of Once Upon a Time. Dude, imagine if our opponent actually played real Magic cards and they didn't just play like a ton of do-nothing things. They haven't played a single thing that impacts the board. Other than Sekili, which got countered. So like, look at this Urza. She's so scary. He's gonna get snag-a-wagged. Look at this, they can't even cast anything. It just gets snagged in response to the trigger. Imagine having a 1-1 against 2 alpha 3/4/4s. Oh, dude, I love meeting Orsa. Or whatever variant that is. Okay, has anybody like found the stats? Are they playing any 2-drops? Other than like EE on 2, which I don't think I care about. For a deck that's made so many waves in Modern, you'd think it would be easier to just find a deck list, you know? Meaning, quote, effect and techniques. And wife. Dude, these Google autocomplete things are just pure gold. That's what we were looking for. That's what's going to give us the real results. I think this is fun. They're definitely running outcomes, so we feel good about D-Sphere. And then I still don't feel good about Spell Snare. And then I'm fine cutting these cantrips. So we're going to run it back. Bam. Okay. Let's see what our opponent does. If they're going to play anything. Okay, this hand's great. We got lands. To cast our spells, we've got turn 1 Hex Drinker followed by Mana Leap. Keep. This isn't the Gilded Goose Urza player, right? This is the other one. The one that plays regular Magic cards. So we're mostly safe. Look at this. They're actually passing the turn on turn 1. Imagine. Or we could just play Delver on turn 1. Why even be good at the game? You could just be lucky. So how scared of we are of a turn 3 Urza? I guess the answer is like scared, right? Or like even a Sai. So, yeah, okay, so they have a turn 3 Urza, so we're probably just gonna Mana Leak and then play Hexdrinker on turn 3. Like, hold up Mana Leak, is what I'm saying. So let's see what the top card is. No. Draw. Can't Thought Scour that away because we need the 2 mana for Mana Leak. So let's smack him for 1. Okay. Alright, and then we go. Let's just go Island Pass. Just Mana Leaking. We could play Hexdrinker on turn 4 too. But they're playing something dumb this turn and it's getting Mana Leaked. Okay, EE. I mean, EE gets countered too, because our life threats are 1 CMC, and we can't really fight through it. Which of course doesn't feel good. They don't have a sign in their hand, which is also a good sign. You could tell because, of course, they cast both of them post what would have been sign. Waterlogged Griff. So we're actually not going to reveal that, and we're going to Thought Scour right away during our upkeep, because we have plenty of mana. We can't fully level the Hexdrinker to level 3 this turn anyways, and then I'd rather just scry it away. Yeah, and then now we get this card, now we get the draw card for turn, and now we're just feeling good. Spell Pierce, even better. Now we have an answer for outcome, which it looks like they're setting up for. So we're going to begin combat, hit him for 1, and then now we can fetch, shock, Mandrels, hold up, Spell Pierce. That feels alright. Because that, yeah, gives us the 5 card types, or 5 cards in our graveyard. And I mean, like, we don't know what they're going to play around, but... Okay, they look at the top card. Do they want it? Do they not want it? Because if they don't want it, they can shovel it away with their Vista. Vista? That resolves. You've got an island opponent. Is that all you have? Okay, so they shuffled away the card, which is a good sign for us, because that means that the top card wasn't good. They go Ursa here, we feel bad? I mean, we don't feel atrocious. That's the difference, you know? Like, we may feel bad. We do not feel atrocious. Because Mandrels is scary, then Delver's flipping this turn. I say that, but we both know where this Delver's actually going. Look at that. Timely Disdainful Stroke. At least it means Delver flips. So let's go... Combat. 7. Then we get to go land, Hexdrinker, hold up, Pierce, and Disdainful Stroke. And like, we're not even that scared of this Ursa. Dude, my superior magic cards do not fear some pagan with his measly board state. Look at this peasant with his Mox Opal. Dude, imagine being a peasant like our opponent. So we just say no to this peasantry, so they can't draw more cards. And then play Sanctuary. Look, see, our opponent thinks they're really cute, right? But now, we still have the Spell Pierce. It was all in vain, honestly. Our opponent, they put up a good fight, you know, but the superior tactics. Mandrills. Oh my god. Okay, so what do? We can level Hex Drinker up to 3 here, which I think we do. And then we just hit him hard. Like, we still have Breeding Pool in our deck, right? So if we do need a green source, we can always fetch for on. So let's go level. Whoops. They're losing both their dudes. I mean, they could double block, then kill one of our guys, but then we kill Urza, which feels pretty good. So let's just crack in there. Oh my god. Dude, our opponent's just not even trying to kill us at this point. They go to 1. I mean, we can't play the other monkey anyways. So I think we just level this guy once. Pass? I don't know how they're supposed to beat us here, outside of, like, engineered explosives. Like, EE's scary, right? Wait, what's the youth? What happened? I mean, I know they have outcome in hand, because they have Sanctuary, so they have outcome in 1 unknown. EE for 6? How did they EE for 6, though? Because they need 6 different colors of mana. Like, Mandrills is just that thick. We're gonna Spell Pierce this. Right? Yeah, no, we can't. So we could Spell Pierce this, but I don't think that really gets us anywhere. So we're just gonna let it resolve. And then they didn't float a mana off their Mox Opal, because they're the big dumb. Now if they EE for 1, we Spell Pierce that. Do not Spell Pierce that. Literally just Spell Pierce EE for 1. That's the only thing we care about. And even that doesn't win them the game, because they don't have 3 mana anymore. Like, our opponent just lost. They're literally just dead to fully leveled Hex Drinker. Our superior tactics are paying off. What a goon. Imagine registering a ton of basic snow-covered islands. I mean, it's definitely close, but, I mean, we're playing the better deck, right? Okay, so we're 2-1. 2-1 so far. I guess it's about time that we give, like, a small little deck tech. So let's talk about the version of the deck that I'm playing today. So as you can see, we are playing 0 pitch spells. Instead, we're running 3 Spell Pierces, 3 Spell Snares. I'm not entirely sold on this configuration. What if they had 2 Simian Spirit Guides? Then I would have been got. Okay, 1 land. What do we do about 1 lands? Does it have a bolt? No. I mean, it does have a Spell Snare. And we're on the draw, right? Okay, he rolled a 4. Absolute mad lad. Okay, I think we mull. I'm just not. I'm really interested in not being able to play the game. This hand's great. For any of the doubters that said we shouldn't have mulled, this hand right here is a masterpiece. So here it's either Snapcast or Spell Pierce, I think. I think we bottom Spell Pierce. Because it's not as guaranteed that it's going to be good. And then Snapcaster's just gas because it gets to flashback whichever spell I want, right? Seems fine. Dude, we're going to be against Titan Shift again? I'm just going to hate my life. Suspend search for tomorrow. Oh, bleh. Okay. If they kill our Delver with the Dark Blast, I think we're conceding. I'll have you know, we are packing a singleton Grafdigger's Cage in their sideboard. Like, it's possible. This Delver just flips next turn, we can just kill him. You know? We've got Lightning Bolt, Snapcaster as well. Like, we got a lot of damage. We even have Mana Leak to counter their Cathartic Reunions. Although, if they do have Cathartic Reunion, they're probably casting it this turn. I hate this card so much. Bleh. It's like, it's literally a Time Walk. And they have a Dark Blast too. Ew. Oh my god. Okay, I think we're going to look at to see what we draw for turn, and then we're going to concede. Because I don't think we're beating Dark Blast with our Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, I mean, like, this pretty much needed to be a Hooting Ventrals or anything that could find us one. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, we definitely saw that one coming. Like, I definitely said, you know, I wouldn't feel good if they just Dark Blast us, you know? So let's talk about what we have to bring in. Whoops, send it back, send it back. So we have Scavengers, we have Grafdigger's Cage. Staticaster's actually, like, sort of fine in this matchup, because they have Narc Amoebas and Bloodgas and stuff. So I kind of like this, these 5 cards. What I don't like is Burst Lightning. I don't really like killing their creatures. Bouncing their creatures is okay. We'll just see, like, where we stand with this card. I think 1-mana counters are super gas in this matchup, because they take out all their enablers. And then I think we just trim a Mana Leak and stay super low to the ground. Try something like this. You can make the argument we trim, like, a cantrip and a cantrip with 2 snags, but I think I like this. You could also make the argument we can have, like, Ancient Grudge or something for artifacts. I think we just keep it like this, though. 60 cards. Play. Okay. We have a Scooz. I mean, Scooz could just be good enough, right? Like, Scooz on the play, specifically. Okay, doke. Have a great one. It's a pleasure having you with me, and yeah, just have a great day. Okay, let's keep this. Okay, let's go Once Upon a Time. Okay, so we can either take an Is It Staticaster here, a Delver of Secrets, or a Snapcaster Mage. This is 5 hits with this. Holy. Like, Staticaster's reasonable, because it lets us lock them out. We have 3 lands in our hand, so we're guaranteed to be able to use it. Or we can take Delver, put in some like early pressure, which seems reasonable. I think it's definitely between these two. I think I like the idea of just taking Delver here. Yeah, we'll take Delver. I wouldn't think a Delver deck would have to think so hard about taking Delver Secrets turn 1, but that really be how it do sometimes. Let's see how explosive their turn 1 is. If it's pretty mellow, we're in a decent spot. If they go turn 1 Dark Blast, I'm just feeling awful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, our opponent just has it all, don't they? Okay, well, let's get this Scoos out here. Let's just pass the turn. If we get to untap with it, then we can start pruning their graveyard. Yeah, like they have Stinkweed Imp. We can eat that. Prevent them from dredging. Scoos. Dardic Reunion, yeah. Dredge, Creeping Chill, Narcomoeba. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's so obnoxious. Okay, well let's do a pop out of their graveyard. Just so it's easier to see everything. Okay, this resolves. Okay, so they have a Conflagrate. They've got a Narcomoeba. They've got... So Conflagrate, they could just go red, discard 3 cards, kill Scoos, which seems bad. So I think we definitely have to take the Conflagrate before they untap. This doesn't do anything. And they have 1 dredge card in their graveyard, so I think the mood is just... Move is Conflagrate Dark Blast. Some point during our turn. We drew a Static Aster anyways, that's pretty good. Okay, so let's hit him for 2. Yeah, and then let's get rid of this Conflagrate. Just pass the turn. I love how we're at 8. Can we just talk about that for a second? The fact that we just got Creeping Chilled. Just slammed. Yeah. Oh. Super awkward that they had second Cathartic Reunion too. Holy. They have 2 Bloodghast too. Yeah, okay, well, you got us, opponent. You got us. That was just disgusting. I don't like Dredge either. Just played against Dredge, 2 Urza decks, and then a big mana deck. Like, I love playing the matches where you're against, like, Jund or Shadow, or even Burn.
I guess.
Big mana is just frustrating. And, I mean, Dredge is just straight up dumb. Especially when they have Dark Blast in their hand and they just kill your Delver. And it progresses their game plan. It's just absurd.
Oh, easy.
It's like Red Prowess gut-shotting one of your guys. This hand has a lot of interaction. But that's about it. And in the blind, I think I just mulligan this. Okay, well this is a 1-lander. So I think we're going to mulligan this as well. We can reasonably play a game of Magic on 1 land, but don't think we're winning a game of Magic on one land, so we're gonna mulligan this. This hand's just atrocious, but I think we're forced to keep it. We have to put 2 cards in the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. That just feels bad no matter how you slice it. Like, we only have 2 basic islands and a basic forest. Or complications on our mana. Yeah, and we're against burn. Oh. I mean, we did keep a hand with a removal spell, so I guess there's that. We do have a red source for our burst lightning too, which is pretty good. So we could turn 1 Serum Visions. But I think we just have to kill our lad over here. I think we actually have to lead Flooded Strand, because then this could fetch us Forest. It's more life point efficient. It's not as information efficient, but information efficiency is only so important. So we go to 15 from casting this Burst Lightning. Okay, so we can either fetch before the Goblin Guide trigger, or we could fetch after the Goblin Guide trigger. I think we fetch before the Goblin Guide trigger, because it just means that if the top card of our deck is a spell, then we just fetch it away. Okay, so we're going to, because like they reveal it and it's a spell, and then we would have had to shuffle it away. No, we're playing smart, or we're trying our best to. Like, we could try to spell snare this Eidolon that's coming down, maybe, we don't know. If Eidolon does come down, we're in a world of trouble. If it doesn't come down, we're feeling pretty reasonable, keeping up snare. And you just kind of have to play aggressive in a situation like this. You can't just, like, wait for them to see. Yeah, exactly. Like, they don't have it. So now we're feeling better. We get to play Hexdrinker off the top, off of basic forest. Pass the turn, level it once. Pass the turn with Spell Snare. For, like, Searing Blaze or something. Or, I'm not level it once. Level it once. Zero time. Like, this is a mold of 5 on the draw against Spurn. Like, we're definitely not favored to win this. They have 4 cards in hand. We're at 11, so we're, like, effectively dead. Down to 8. Yep. They untap. They draw for turn. They go Swift Spear resolves. They're gonna attack. Yikes. Well, Spell Snare. I think we're just taking 2 though, down to 6, which of course feels atrocious, but we can maybe top deck a thing, and we just need to kill them at some point too. So we do need this Hexdrinker. And I guess you could make the argument that we go to 6, or we don't go to 6, we just block, and then we draw a bolt, and then we're at like card parity with our opponent, but we have Serum Visions. That sounds fine too. Honestly, yeah, we'll block. Oops. Well, I guess we missed our opportunity to block there, so that's kind of awkward. I think it's close whether we want to. Okay. Well, now we're just blocking next turn. Serum Visions. Okay, we have Snap Burst in our hand, which is alright. We could have also just leveled Hex Drinker. That seems fine too, I don't know. Yeah, I think leveling Hex Drinker is probably the right play there. And then we just put ourselves dead to 2 burn spells, but like, when are you not dead to 2 burn spells in this spot? Yeah, no, leveling Hex Drinker is definitely the right play. Let's spot on both of these. Yeah, then we get to cast Once Upon a Time. Yeah. I was thinking about spell efficiency, but we really just needed to level this Hex Drinker. I mean, we could do the really spicy play and just take the damage from the Swift Spear. Rift Vault us. Go to 1. If we did do that, then we just lose to everything. It seems very bad. Just try to fade things for the rest of the game. I mean, what's the difference between 3 and 1 anyways, right? We just take it. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're just taking it. Yeah, we're just, yeah, I guess. Mandrills? Yes. Level. Level. It's possible our opponent just bricks for the rest of the game. Is it likely? Not very. We do have Spell Snare in our graveyard. And we do get to leave that in there. So we get to play Mandrills, leave Spell Snare in the bin to counter a burn spell. So we just have to fade for 1 turn. So everything but Spell Snare. Green, pass. And then this way, like the way it turned out, you know, like they didn't have it there, obviously. So, and the difference between 3 life and 1 life is virtually the same. So all we need to do now is just rip counter spells off the top. Like, do they have it? Do they not have it? I don't know. I guess that was the difference between 3 and 1 right there. It was a second Monastery Swift Spear. That's it. Okay, so Scoos is fine. Love the incidental life gain. Love the incidental life gain. I don't really like extra removal in this matchup. I think it's fine, but I think we could just be doing better things with our time. Snag is just obviously atrocious. 1-mana counters are splendid in this matchup, like they are in a lot of matchups. Serum Visions, I just hate this card so much against Eidolon, because it always feels bad. Like, I'd just rather, but I'm honestly not sure, like, how cutting Serum Visions when I'm adding top end like this actually works out for the deck. Like, I'm maybe even interested in playing the deck without Serum Visions and just opt. Again, because I'm not running Tarmogoyf, so I could just run as many instant speed cards as I want. We're going to submit this. Like, Serum Visions is definitely good, but it's also just very, very clunky. Okay. And we need to there we go, resize that. I would like to play first. Okay, so we have a 3-land hand with Hex Drinker on turn 1. 3 lands. You get to curve into a Huntmaster on turn 4. In like Hexdrinker turn 1, block your prowess creatures alright, right? I mean, we can mulligan into better hands. But I think this hand has like a winning plan to it. And then we top deck live into a lot of things. So let's start with a Once Upon a Time. Okay, Steam Vents is fine. We're probably gonna play Island on turn 2, and then just play it Once Upon a Time to find our 4th land, so we could just curve out into the Sunmaster. But it depends on what we draw, of course. And then unfortunately we put a Mana Leak at the bottom of our deck. So we could have taken Flooded Strand, but I want to be as lifeline efficient as possible. Okay, our opponent goes Swift Spear, that's fine. We're gonna just block. They attack, which they might. They probably will. Yep. Go to block. Block you. We get a nice trade-off. Hexdrinker is pretty much like a green lightning bolt there, which feels good. So Flooded Strand's actually better here, because we get to go Flooded Strand, fetch, put 3 cards in the bin, 4 cards. I mean, I guess it's pretty much the same, but we'll do it anyways. We're still at 20 life, which feels good. Opponent has 6 cards in hand to our 5, but we've got Huntmaster and Mantrels, so we have like a lot of fire. We're gonna play Mantrels next turn too, which feels good. Yeah, no, this way we get to go Mantrels, play tap Steam Vents, pass the turn, and then play Island on turn 4 into Huntmaster. And like, we'll get it turn 4. If they cast Eidolon here, we don't even take damage off of our Huntmaster, which feels good. Look at this. Absolute masterpiece. Cast Once Upon a Time in response, so we do not take that Eidolon ping. Let's get this basic Island. We're a little light on green sources. For Scavenging Ooze, if we do end up drawing him, which I guess, there we go. Speaking of the devil. So I think Scooz is definitely better than the rest of these cards. So we're gonna let Eidolon resolve. We're gonna play a ton of cards that cost more than 3 CMC, and we're just gonna erase our opponent. You're supposed to play tap Steam Vents there. That was just completely my fault. Well, now I guess we get to play... Well, this isn't completely awful, because now we get to keep Hexdrinker in the graveyard for Scavenging Ooze, which is fine. And then we can Shock, play Huntmaster. Worst comes to worst next turn, which is fine. It's just not as life point efficient, which is... I mean, like, it's lose 2, gain 1, put a +1/+1 counter on Scooz. Like, lose 1, put a +1/+1 counter on Scooz seems okay. Doesn't seem great, it just seems okay. So, we know they have 3rd land in hand, because they need a white source, obviously, so they have 3rd fetch or Sacred Foundry. I'd assume they were just being wary of Blood Moon, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Maybe they're just, like, being wary of their life total, because they know that we also have creatures. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what our opponent's doing. So I guess we can continue the deck. just getting our opponent play to land. Okay. Okay, no swing. That's good. Do we get to untap at 19 life on turn 4? Now this is pod racing. We could also just play Skoo's Delver this turn. Which seems pretty funny. Let's hit him for 4. See how they react. Because they can try to block and then Searing Blaze afterwards. And then we get to get him with a mana leak. Play a Delver and a tap Steam Vents. I think we might just play Delver, tap Steam Vents, mana leak. Oh my god, I think we're actually going to be getting them. Oh, this is a yoinks and a half for them then. Yeah, and we get the trample damage too. Yeah, let's play this tapped. And we're just playing Delver and holding up this mana lake. There's no way we're playing a Skoos this turn. Like, we could play Huntmaster, but this Mantral still has 2 damage on it. I don't know what happened to that. That's interesting. It definitely still has the 2 damage, in case anybody's curious. That's just a bug, I guess. But yeah, we're at 19 life. Feels pretty gas. This is probably tapped Sacred Foundry, Searing Blaze my Mantrals. That has to be what's happening. Oh, this is nasty. Are we going to game 3, opponent? Oh, yikes. Okay. They have 4 cards and we're at 19 life. This is just absurd. Yeah, that's what I thought. We didn't even show them the Huntmaster. They knew we had Skoos, but they didn't see the Huntmaster. So we're gonna just run it back. Yeah, no, that was a nutty game against Burn. That's how you win when you don't have a Lightning Bolt in your hand. You throw away early creatures like Hex Drinker to just kill their creatures. And you can aggressively trade if your life total's high enough. Otherwise, you have to race them. It's a balancing act. We've just got like 19 creatures. We've got so many counter spells too. Bam. Feels good. 3 bolts, leak, scour. Sure, I guess it's fine. Obviously, it doesn't feel good to have to fetch shock bolt, but that's kind of what our deck does. So. Yeah, got it going good. Like, we still have cards like Hooting Mandrills. We have a lot of green sources in our hand for Skoos too. Hooting Mandrills, top card. That's really good for us. This game went from we needed a threat in our hand to we literally have like the nut draw against them. So we're definitely going to fetch shock bolt that. Because it's just the most efficient thing, right? Then we get to bolt 3, 4, 5, 6, so we can still play Mandrills next turn. So yeah, we just pass. Definitely bolting. And then again, we're going to fetch before the Goblin Guide trigger, or in response to it. So they swing, we fetch, we shock, We bolt. Okay, Swiss Sphere resolves. If they're on a 1-land hand, then that's also good for us. Okay, they begin. They swing. Okay, well if they're on a 1-lander and we have a Hooting Mandrills with a mana leak, I think this game's over as well. But that's just variance for you. That's how this magic goes. You just like sometimes they have it, sometimes you have it. That's it. Okay. Are we getting another land? What are we getting? I guess we could let it resolve first, but I have no issues just bolting them once upon a time, sure. I think we're gonna mill once upon a time in our upkeep. Because it's just clunk. Then we'll get a better idea of what we have to work with as our master. Okay, now we get to play Mandrills. And then next turn we hold Mana Leak, play a tap Breeding Pool, and the next turn then the turn after that we go Island Hunt Master. And then it's just lights out. I'm feeling good. Did they hit second land? What's going on, opponent? You may begin combat, opponent. Yep. Yikes. Draw for turn. I mean, I think we just race them here, right? Like, we're ahead enough to just try to kill them. And it's not even about being ahead, you know? Like, they just draw a land or two, and then they come back into the game. And I just want them to be at a low enough life total where that's just not a possibility. And they also get pinged every time they tap this land for mana too, which is really good for us. Knowing the burn matchup is just such an important part of Modern. That's why I just I think burn is just like unjustly disliked by the Magic community. There's an argument where we don't counter that Monastery Swiss Sphere, but I think it does change the clock enough to the point where we do want to counter it. Because it's just an irritating card to have to deal with. Okay, begin the combat. Hit him for 4, slam a Hunt Master. I mean, we didn't come here to not slam a Hunt Master, right? Good game, opponent. They're gonna let us have our fun with our Hunt Master. God bless you, opponent. They tap the Sunbaked Canyon for mana and then attack us. Then they're just dead in the backswing. Even if they don't tap it for mana, they're still dead in the backswing. They're just in a straight up awful position. Yeah. Well, guys, there's the 3-2. Thanks for tuning in. I mean, I'll be in the Discord server if you guys want to talk to me there. I guess as far as thoughts about how the matches went, I mean, Urza's definitely just going to be a hard matchup no matter how you slice it. And cards like Collector Roof are definitely worth considering in this grudge spot, and maybe like a couple others. But at the same time, it's not the activated artifacts that are the issue. it's a lot of the big spells which get answered by cards like Mana Leak, and not by cards like Collect Roof. So, looking past that though, we played against not Tron. We played against Urza, Paradoxical Urza, Valakut, Burn, and Dredge, and our losses were to Dredge, and our other loss was to the Urza deck. So, I mean, like, improving those matchups, I think we're just always going to be unfavored against Dredge. I mean, like, if there's a point where we can reasonably expect a large amount of it, then we could dump more slots into Graveyard Hate. But I don't think there's enough, like, good universal Graveyard Hate. I think I'm comfortable just running Scavenging Ooze. And, just being happy with that. But yeah, like, I think the list for the most part just performed really well. I enjoyed the 1 mana counter magic. I thought it felt very, very powerful. And I wasn't really missing Disrupting Shoulder Force Negation at any point in those matches, which feels good. I mean, like, all the other players of the deck just feel fine. I think, like, Serum Visions always feels bad, but it's definitely important. You know, like, it did help us find that Abrade that one game against Urza, which almost helped us get back into it. Yeah, and then about my play, like, I felt pretty solid. Like, there was the one game against Urza where I didn't bring in Scavenging Ooze, and I think he's perfectly reasonable there. And then I'd like to iron out, like, all my sideboarding, but those are just personal notes. So thank you, and have a wonderful day. Should open chest. Nah. The EV on that's just bad. We're just gonna get some ticks.